welcome to the Sleepless Rant podcast with your favourite host, May Little.
And your other favourite host, Sam Menace.
So, Sam, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
That's how I feel every day with life.
Okay. We'll go with that. Don't mind me, folks.
Oh, you look like a bloody investigator.
Alright, so today I will be investigating a murder that happened 5 seconds ago called Maddie Soul.
Oh, that's been gone for years, man.
What the hell?
It left my body the day I was born.
If you guys do enjoy these podcasts, which I very much hope you do, give us a like, subscribe, and comment.
If you don't, I'll come kill you. No, joking.
That's a bit aggressive. They might call emergency services now.
No, I think they'll call the cops.
Investigation of why you're like this.
911.
911.
Brooklyn 911.
911. What?
What?
Alright, guys, today's topic, we're going to talk about Brooklyn Nine-Nine and how Jake Peralta loves Amy.
Shut up.
And how the captain's gay. No, that's not a bad
I'm
thing.
pretty sure he's dead. He died.
Yeah, he did. Only a couple of weeks ago.
No, it's
Oh,
been
not months ago now.
A couple months now. Rest in peace.
Yeah. Captain Raymond Holt has
Yes.
unfortunately passed.
Yes.
From what? Wasn't it cancer or something? That's what I thought.
Something like that.
It's unfortunate, unless a lot of good actors are going.
Oh, he was great.
Of course. I'll say this, it's a good thing he was there for the last season.
Mm.
You know, like unfortunately, like other actors, you know, they've had to do stuff to either end the story with them or ended up doing CGI stuff to add them into it, like Ghostbusters.
Well, obviously.
Like they've added.
I mean, well, mind you, with the advanced technology these days, you can just do about anything.
Oh yeah, but it's still sad that it happens, but it kind of gives me good memories. Like with the CGI, you can literally make them what they would look like today.
Because all you have to do is look at images and just
images and just just the face recognition and stuff, just to see get the
close
details.
ups and everything.
Which is what they did with a lot of movies. They go back through the old movies and they would have
obviously.
a look and just detail them, just change it a little bit.
I mean, that's what they've done with, like, especially with Fast and Furious. Everyone believed that bloody what? Like, they were gonna use Paul Walker's brother or get Cody Walker.
They did at for the last movie. They ended up using his brother. They used it because him and his father had almost the same face. They just CGI'd a couple things to it. But
after the last movie?
It was no, not the last movie. In 7.
I don't remember.
Fast and Furious 7 is the movie that Paul Walker died.
Yeah, I know that.
He died midway making through that, and then I think his brother ended up stepping in to finish the movie. Because like I said, there would be no way in the world they could finish the movie without him. Because they would have to make some type of scene happen and to kill him off.
I mean, mind you, that makeup artists these days are very skilled, so they can make spitting images of people.
Oh, well, like I said, that's why, just to help finish the movie, that's why they brought in his brother. They CGI'd his face a little bit. Because he looked very close to what he looked like. There were just a couple things here and there they had to change. But then that's why, in the ending, they split off together. Because that's Paul. Everyone knows of the incident. That's why they made the ending like that, because he's splitting off from everyone.
I mean, at least they continued the legacy. They brought in Paul's daughter.
Oh yeah, it's very nice they've done that. No, like Vin Diesel literally walks down.
Yeah, I know.
His daughter.
I mean, the amount of edits I've seen of that. It's just crazy.
Oh, it's plus even Dom's son that's in the movie. It's named after him.
Yeah, obviously.
So, it's similar.
It's out of respect.
Yeah, it's all.
Because they're all just family with each other.
Oh, of course. Since the start, they've been family. Literally, apart from that's like literally what the movie says, it's about family and stuff. They literally were, and they still are. They still everyone that came in and out of those movies, out of the franchise, they were literally family together. You know, Vin Diesel started that thing. I'm pretty sure he actually started it. I'm pretty sure I did research because there was stuff about him running it and he decided to make the final movies. I'm pretty sure he's the. I don't know about the owner of the franchise, but I think he runs the franchise. I'll have to do a bit more research on
Who
about that.
knows?
But simple as he has a very big part of it. That's the
Mm.
most simplest thing I can say. And with that and Ghostbusters, they bring Ivan,
Yeah.
his character, into the movie, which is nice. Even in the most recent one,
Yeah.
the movie is made after him. Or not straight after him, but he's mentioned in the very last scene for Ivan.
Or the last one and the current one.
Well, the current movie.
The
Or-
current the one, the afterlife, and the other one.
Yeah, the afterlife.
Emperor's Empire.
Yeah, the afterlife was made around his story after he ran off with
Yeah.
all the gear, and he lived on a farm, went to catch a ghost. Unfortunately he died from the ghosts, and then he was brought back as a ghost to save the family, to help the family. Then the next movie they ended up going to New York, obviously doing all stuff there, finishing what they were all starting, catching ghosts and stuff.
Or finishing what like the grandfather did and like all his mates, because they'll still with.
Yeah, because I don't know what's his name is the one of the dudes they ended up buying. Well, according to what I've heard with the story and stuff, with I don't remember what his name is, but yeah, one of the Ghostbusters owns a company now in the movie.
Oh yeah.
He bought the firehouse, he bought the Ghostbusters back practically, and he's built a underground search system, like a
Yeah,
research
I know
center.
which one you're talking about.
Yeah, him. If you guys don't know, I'll probably just put an image of him in the edits, like somewhere here, just somewhere out there. And yeah, let's say he builds the underground research center for the ghosts and all that. And then the big demon comes back from the dead, and a globe.
Alright, well, let's just like steer away from this conversation.
Why? It's movies, Ghostbusters. Who cannot stop talking about Ghostbusters?
Look, there's multiple other topics that we could talk about.
Yeah.
And we know you love to rave.
Yeah, I know there is, but come on, you can't say it's not good to talk about iconic movies like that with the actors like mentioned. Like I said, Paul Walker and all that stuff. You can't say it's not good.
It's horrible.
Because what? Just one more thing I am gonna add to the Fast and Furious stuff. I'm pretty sure. I think Furious 7. Let's say, but that's when he parted off.
Yeah.
That's when they like cut him out. But I'm pretty sure it's only his son. That was the only thing really tribute to him. Like Dom's son. Because it was named after.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah, Brian. I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that's.
Yeah, because it was named after Paul's actor.
Yeah.
He played.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that's like contributes still with the franchise. It's just Brian.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I don't think there's anything else.
Besides his daughter.
Yeah, besides where does his daughter come in?
In the previous one where she was on the airplane with John Cena and Dom's son Brian.
On the plane.
Yeah, because they hopped on the plane because they had John Cena had to was protecting his brother's son from getting kidnapped by these other people.
John Cena was in the car with him, wasn't he? He was in the car with
No,
him.
that's I forgot his name. Because he was in the trial with Depp and Heard. He plays Aquaman. Him.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
What's his name? He's the bad guy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. Like he's
powerful. And he was trying to kidnap
Brian. Yeah, he was. That's the whole story of it. He was trying to split the family apart and.
Yeah, because apparently Dom destroyed his family.
Yeah, apparently. It literally has been that long now since we've last seen that movie.
Because what? Because there was some sort of a little miniature aircraft just for Brian and fucking the other Or for John Cena, because I don't remember his name in the movie.
I don't remember. I'll have to go back and look for it. But anyway,
Yeah.
off the topics of big Hollywood star movies, even though Ghostbusters is definitely the best. I mean, no, not apart from Fast and Furious. Like, that's a classic. Okay, serious shit now. Dun dun dun. Well, do you want to? Well, we've got questions here for each other because.
You don't have to say that. You can just go off the topic of whatever you got.
Well, I am, and the topic that we were on was movies, so yeah.
Okay.
Okay, look, this is our first buddy.
Second.
This is our second podcast. Okay, people, we're getting used to it. Okay, leave us alone.
Clearly, you've not done enough research.
No. Look, I'm a young boy trying to make big in the world. Okay.
How's that going for you?
Great.
Clearly.
Not.
Clearly.
I know. Well, do you want to start with questions then? You can start with questions.
Wow. Make me take lead, like I usually do.
Boy.
Anyway, what is the hardest challenge that you had to overcome in your life?
Hardest challenge. Hardest challenge in my life. I think it's letting things go. Like, literally just friends and moving on from stuff in general. Because I am someone that doesn't like change that much. Like, you know, it's like, I like a lot of people.
So you're saying you don't like me in your life? Okay.
What?
You said you don't
What?
like change, I want change.
You're good change.
Look, I don't have any change in my pockets, but if you...
Okay, you smart ass. No, like, just simply letting stuff go. Like high school, you know, also, you know, you get into the routine of high school. You get to see friends every day. They're always there for you. You always talk to them about everything. After that, like, going into the workforce, you know, not seeing them as much anymore. And
I think it's more like after you leave high school, everything completely changes from what you'd expect.
Yeah, I don't know. It's losing friends as well. You know, everyone takes their separate ways. They either move, or they just don't talk anymore, or they just grow up. Like everyone grows up. I feel like I've matured a bit. Like
a bit, or do you mean a lot? Because there's a difference between a bit and a lot.
Well, the between. I think I've no. I think there's a bit because, like I have said to you personally, you know, a lot of people want to go out, still do stuff like that. Even though I was scared of change and losing everything like that, at this point where I am, I'm willing to
accept it.
I'm willing to accept it and willing to go to do bigger things.
I mean, well, I started accepting it during high school. When we started moving everything, I was like, this is my life. If I lose people, it's no big deal.
It hurts when I have to lose people and cut people out because it feels like, because I've always been someone to help. And I hate losing people because like in high school, like I was good with everyone in high school. You know, I can talk to this person, I can talk to that person. Like, the main thing I hated about the group that I was in is if one person had beef with the other person, then I'm kind of have to split to both of them. I'll be like, all right, what's going on? What happened with you? I'll go to the other person. Oh, what's happened? I'm sorry. You know, I'm having to be friends with people that hate each other. That was definitely hard as well. Even outside of high school. Like, just trying to keep people happy, you know, I just want to keep people happy. I want to keep everyone together.
Yeah, that you can't always keep people happy, as you come to realize, because not only does it put stress on you, but it just pulls you down further without you realizing it. And as long as you're keeping other people happy, you don't realize that you're dragging yourself down.
It's the same with work as well. When I worked at the tire shop as well, because I've worked there literally since I've left high school. You know, I'm used to the routine. I'm used to everything there. I'm just, like I said, that's the only thing I've ever knew. I think that's the thing. I've known that like certain things for years. Just like high school, I've known that for years. That's the only thing I know. You know, everyone else is able to go out, follow what they want to do, and have fun with it. With me, when I went to the freight company that I worked for before I met you, like, oh, I loved it. Don't get me wrong, good pay, extra day off, 4 days a week. I was happy as, and I was working with my best mate and more good mates. But at the same time, I'm like, it was not the same as the tire shop. Like, for some reason, my head was like, I can talk to my boss at the tire shop. With the freight, I never talked to my boss. I was getting good money, so my father's always in my head, like, if you work for a family friendly company, if you work for a family based business, you can talk to your boss about anything. Then, they will look after you. They will
Yeah, but
do
that's
all that.
never the case.
It is. There is some cases. Like I said, the tire shop. Like when I did go back, decided to go back. Like it was definitely not the smartest choice in the world, but it was a choice I made. I had to accept it. Unfortunately, it was less pay, but it was guaranteed. It was full-time hours, so I got holidays and everything. And the boss he bumped up my pay. He literally really did look after me until I started stuffing around a little bit, which half the time wasn't even my fault. It happens. Like you remember when I was sick? I think I
Yeah.
was sick on like a Friday or something, or Saturday night.
Yeah.
When I did a call out, and then come to Monday there was a call out, and I was just sick as.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I called him. He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, that's alright." And then I literally even asked him, like, "Do you want me to get a doctor's certificate?" He was like, "No, you're good." And unfortunately, I said something to someone, to a
Yeah,
person.
because you can't keep your mouth damn shut.
No,
You gotta express everything.
no. It's not even that. It's the fact like I was just confused myself. I'm like, oh, when you said, did you have to get a doctor's certificate? Because I never thought of it. Never thought if I knew in my head he was just looking after me. And, I was like, oh, don't worry about it. He was actually looking after me. I would have not said anything. But I did not know if he was just not real too stressed about doctor's certificate, or he was just looking after me. But clearly he was just looking after me because my mate at the tire shop, he was pissed off because. And if you know who you are, I'm not directing this at you or anything.
Yes, he is.
This is just a shut
He's
up.
directing it straight at you. Be scared.
Yeah, be scared, be terrified. But it's not. This is just literally what happened. But yeah, then he got upset about it, and obviously after that, everyone had to now do it. If you're sick
You had
or
one
something, you
job.
gotta do.
You had one
Well, I
job.
didn't know. I really didn't know. If I knew
Yeah,
about,
even you just got bragging rights. You think you can just go brag and not have any consequences come out? You're like,
I didn't know. I didn't know about it. That's the thing.
Or maybe sometimes
needed
it's
to-
good to keep your mouth shut with some things.
I know. I've come to learn that. Like literally, if something happened, like if it were, I'm like, did you have to get a doctor's certificate? I didn't needed to ask. I'm like, I just wasn't 100% of it. But I stuffed it over anyway. But it is what it is, and yeah.
Cutting corners.
It's not cutting corners. It's called looking after your staff.
Cutting corners. Don't look at me like
I
that.
am looking at you like that.
Just because you can't handle a brutal truth from me.
I can't. I can't handle any truth. I like to keep the sunshine on my side.
Well, guess what? The sunshine ain't always bright.
I know that is. I'm aware that is with life, and
Just
that's
because you live in a fantasy world.
And that's what hurts with me as well. Is like I know the truth of a lot of stuff of life and stuff. Not everything's not perfect. I'm aware of that, but at least I try my best to look on the bright side of things, to work my way to get there. You just be like, oh yeah, we're stuffed. Oh yeah, you can't do that. Oh yeah, we got another. Oh yeah, we're going broke.
I never said half of this thing.
I'm not saying you're saying that, but I'm saying that's the way you look at it.
Well, I come from a world of struggle.
Everyone does.
Yeah, but
Everyone has.
You basically Nelly had everything handed to you.
No.
I said Nelly.
I've had help. I would say that.
Must be nice.
Like I said, with jobs and all that stuff, it's all just because it's the exact reason why I work hard, because my father works hard for himself. Everyone knows he's reliable and stuff. It's the fact, like, trying to keep that good name up is hard work, yes. And it is getting onto me, yes. But it's also the reason why I try to do it, because I like to try and keep a good name. I'll be like, oh, yep, he can do the work. We'll give him more work. Oh, yep, he's doing this. I want him here. Like I said, literally, just like NRMA next door. Like, they literally want me there because they know I'm reliable. They know I've done after-hours services. Which is why they want me there.
That's the one thing I'll never understand. Like, because some people live up to their parents' expectation and think, oh, if I'm like this, just like my parents are, I can get good things. And then then all the pressure comes on, and your parents start saying good things about you and how good you are and all that. And it's literally hard to live up to that when it's quite opposite to what you are.
It's hard to do it, but the thing is though, like I said, it's hard to try and keep those standards up. Yes, but the thing is, one thing that is wrong that what you just said though, it's not hard to do something when you're not. I am who I am. I am who my father is. I can work. I don't mind working. I like to work. I can work hard when I want to. It's hard trying to keep it up, yes, but it's not like I'm getting forced to go out and work and do stuff like that. I choose to do the stuff, and which is why I'm almost doing what I'm doing now, keeping the good name up. Because literally, this is the thing: if you keep a good name up, when you don't have a job or something happens, people will wheel you in. People can help you out and do stuff. People will benefit you and just help. Like I said, they want to pay me. Like they want to put me on an apprenticeship. They want to get me my tow license. They want to do all this for me, so that way they got more people because they can hardly find stuff because no one wants to be a mechanic. No one wants to do 24-hour services.
I mean, it's not just that. After the apprenticeship is up, they go look elsewhere for better pay.
Yeah, that's the thing as well, which I don't know.
Because these days, people don't want to do apprenticeships and traineeships.
No one does because when like maybe if they offer it younger, like maybe 15, 16 years old.
Yeah, but the thing is, if that is the case, then bloody, you would have to drop out of school, and I don't think that they want to go through that process.
A lot of people have dropped out of school. Like
Yeah,
year
but I'm
10.
talking about the people who are doing like the employer.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I just think I think the whole traineeship apprenticeship stuff needs to be like really looked at because, like I said, a lot of people like it's good to
Especially
have it.
when it
Like,
comes to the pay as well, because you could be like young
you could be
and
making
be on like a
$400.
4 year apprenticeship and be like making $10 an hour,
Oh,
and
it's stupid.
people struggle off that.
And this is the thing, obviously when you're older, your age is more mature, which means you will get more pay. But that still doesn't make a difference with the apprentice. When you're an apprentice, your pay is going to be low either way, which is stupid. Which is why no one wants to do
It's
it.
basically just working at a fast food restaurant top pay.
Practically,
Just not having the apprenticeship like part.
but this is the thing. No one wants. Everyone just wants to finish school and go to work, make money. That's what they want to do. That's why licenses are a lot more better. You go like a forklift or a truck license. You go out for a 2 to 3 day course, learn the basics, and learn the safety of the. Are you good?
I'm just money, money, money. It must be funny. And a rich man's
Please don't copyright us, YouTube, for that.
honey, horsey, horsey, wahi, ha, ha.
Stop it.
Wahi, ha, ha. Oh.
I don't know. It's like I said, I reckon if they offer them to younger ages, like even at 15, 16 years old, they'll give them 3 years from 16 to 18 to just save money while they're at home. And by the time they finish high school, in 18, 19, by the time they finish there, there'll be 3 years and they got 1 more year left. And then after that, they can do that for 1 more year and then they'll get qualified. So they can choose to stay there or they can use that qualification to go somewhere else. That's what I reckon should happen.
Because take that up with like the actual company.
Yeah, but we all know it won't happen. Like I said, that's why everyone goes for licenses. Literally, you get a truck license, find the right business, you can get paid $2 to $3 a week, and I don't need to go to some stupid university or some stupid apprenticeship. I'm getting paid good money just to do driving, to do loads.
Where's your truck then?
Are you really going to play this?
Okay, I understand.
Next subject off of my personal question that whatever. It's as simple as this. That question is change. I'm not the biggest fan of change. I don't like change, but I have to accept it a lot of the time. That's the simplest way I can put it.
Okay.
Oh, come on. A lot of people are like that. You know that.
Yeah, people who like to look at the bright side.
And I'm sorry I have a dream. I'm sorry I have a goal that I want to try and get to.
Sorry, do you want me to go get your medal?
I love a medal.
Yeah, so did everyone else in this team, well, but apparently there's not enough of him as well to have one.
Mm. Next question. Oh, am I asking the question now?
Why have I got to ask all the questions?
I don't know. All right. Well, then here's one that can be very good with you, which may answer a lot of people's question of why who you are. Can you share a personal mental health journey with you? What did you have to go through with your mental health that you've gone through, which actually could be very good advice for a lot of people,
Well, can't really say there's much advice, but yeah.
or just what's your journey going through it?
Oh, what? It really all started back when I was in, I think, year 9, actually. Like, I was happy all the way up until year 9. And I don't know how it happened. I think, like, out of nowhere, one day or one week, like, it felt like the whole world was coming down on me. And, like, I felt like all my friends were against me and everything. And it was really hard at home because, like, obviously, me and my father had a very rocky relationship throughout the years, but it wasn't really rocky. It was more like an up and down type of relationship. It was good and it was bad, but like my mental health journey was much of a struggle because of everything that happened from being a kid all the way up to being a teenager. Cause like um what some people have had really extremely bad experiences, and then you got people who've like suffered a little bit but think the world is so bad for them until they realize that other people have had a lot more worse and don't realize they're like, oh god, I'm not. My life isn't as bad as I thought.
Hmm.
Because what with mine, like growing up, like I've had some things done to me in a not very good way, and um, at because this happened at a young age, where I was SA'd,
Hmm.
as most people know what that is. Um, and like I didn't think anything of it because I was just so young. And then a couple years after that, I found my pop had passed away. But a year before that, my father had passed away, and I had no idea that I had a biological father. I thought the father I was living with was my biological father, but I found out that he was actually my stepfather. And that kind of impacted me, both my father's death and my pop's death, because my pop was literally the best person out there
Hmm.
to come by. And everything was great up until year 9. And life started going sideways, and I was just really missing my pop because he had not been around. And he he was literally the reason why I sort of like trucks, because he would literally travel like up and down Australia in his truck because um he was, I don't know what he was doing, but he was an international state driver,
Yeah.
as you'd see in the pictures.
Yeah. And just as an interstate driver.
And like having memories like that just pop up because he would pop by back when we were little, and we'll go see his truck and all that. It was fun, but
Yeah. Well, like you even said to me about him, like you literally even said with stuff you've posted, like even when we took this our service truck into the Kempsey Truck Show, like you even said, like I said, your pop would have
oh,
loved it.
definitely.
He would have loved it, and you even said like me and him would have got along a
Because
lot.
used to what I like with the whole truck
He,
situation.
like I said, he loved his trucks. I love my trucks. We
Mm.
could both literally probably ran on forever about them, telling each other what we want to do, what trucks we want,
Oh, definitely.
do anything about it, how we will keep our trucks tidy, or how many trucks we will want. everything to freight to anything.
Anyway, besides the point.
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, no, it was really a struggle because, like, I'd had very bad thoughts within the first year of having, like, depression and all that. And, like, it got to the point where I started to self harm.
Mm.
But it wasn't really visible self harm, it was more just, like, scratch marks type way.
Mm.
Because I didn't want to leave permanent, like, damage on my body.
Mm.
Because I didn't want people to question what the hell was going on and all that, as everyone would. And as time went on, it just became much worse. Like, bloody, I had friends accusing me of doing things that I'd never done, and it just felt like everyone hated me. I just felt like I didn't belong where I was. And then, what, by year 10, we obviously moved, and I was like, okay, I'll just, yeah, accept that. And then, like, when we moved to my first school, I did open up to a few friends, but then they went and told teachers, and they're like, oh, are you okay and all this? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, everything's great. Because I didn't want people to know. Because, like,
You don't like people
you don't
completely
want
worrying. You don't want people completely worrying about you and then like stressing over you and coming to constantly check on you. You just want to be.
because literally during
Yeah.
high school, I put everyone first before myself, and that made me happy.
Mm.
And what, bloody, it was really hard and all that, but when I moved high schools, that's when I kind of discovered a little bit more about myself. But it was more the fact of the amount of drama that was being poured on me, and then there was family drama.
Mm.
And then it was just the constant, like, depression, the voices, and everything. It was a real struggle. Like, you'd think that, like, being in school and that was hard. That, like, it's after you leave high school and all that. That's when it becomes a lot more harder because you gotta pay things and all that. And, like, when I was working with Macca's and all that, I was happy there and all that, but I was being pressured by my own family to go get a full-time job because apparently I wasn't making enough money or wasn't working enough.
Mm.
And it was just really bad because the amount of pressure and everything, and, like, I knew, like, uh, I didn't. It's really hard because when you get into the real world, you must work full time. You can't have any days off and all that. It it was just so bad.
It's yeah, but at the same time, it's not wrong. Like as much as that sounds bad, it's not because
Yeah, but the thing is, you look at your life. Like, yeah, it's been a little bit rough and all that, but you haven't been forced to do things. Unlike me, I'd been um like, I don't mind working and all that. It's more the fact that, like, I was being verbally abused and all that. Like, not with the whole work situations on a daily basis because
just in general.
yeah, because what I was doing wasn't enough. And, like,
They just I don't know. It's
cause from what I think I see, it's more the fact, like, of it's more like males. Majority of it is males, like, in your family, just putting you down and making you feel like hell because of their own experiences, of
mm,
their trauma and all that, and then they don't realize that they're taking it out on people around them until it's too late, and they've pushed completely everyone away. Because,
mm,
like, obviously with me, my stepdad, he had his own problems, and, like, he had anger issues and all that stuff, and, like, yeah.
mm,
And well, when I became a teenager and we moved, like, closer into the country, it wasn't good because, like, I started to come to realize how bad it was. And he was, like, very verbally abusive and all that. And especially when he became intoxicated and all that, it was worse because he'll get violent. And I felt like it was my job to look after both my mother and sister from him. just to ensure their safety over mine because I always put everyone first. And over time, like I got sick of living up to his expectations because all my life I felt like I had to live up to his expectations,
Mm.
and it was really hard. And then by I think what time I was 18, I'm like I can't live up to his expectations anymore. So I stopped trying my hardest. And what like yes, it was still rough over time because like I was still living in their house and all that, and like they had so much. They expected me to do so much, and over time it just got worse. And then bloody oh, and then like what I'd say around back in 2022, I'll legit just go out during the night just because it was a lot more peaceful, and I didn't have to listen to anyone, and I could just be by myself and just
Mm.
have the peace. And then like my parents didn't like the fact that I was going out at night because for some unknown reason, and like um I was just like to myself, I'm like, why can't I do this stuff? Why am I being held? It felt like I was being held prisoner in home.
Because it's just probably thinking this is like any and like anything, you know. Oh, you're a girl. You'll go out. Something will happen to you. You can't defend yourself.
Well, the thing is,
Just in theory, I'm not being sexist, by the way. I'm just saying a fact to her parents.
well, obviously, like
A
a
lot
lot
of
of people
parents
know
would.
me. I'm really like I'm more like a masculine type person.
Mm.
So like if someone was to try and like grab me and all that, like the amount of things I've watched and all that, I'll retaliate. Obviously, if you've seen, because I'll retaliate to you,
Mm.
and like I know you hate it, but it's just like
Instinct.
instinct. Like if you're like to hit me playfully,
Mm.
like my brain just automatically thinks, oh, he's being rough, fight back. So I just swing back, and I don't realize it.
That's why I hardly do anything.
Hmm. I like. I mean, I know with the way I play fight. Yeah, I know it's like it's hard, but like I don't really mean it. It's just how it is with me because I've just roughhouse played with boys all my life, and it's just
Mm.
that. But yeah, like the especially with relationships, like I go into many relationships and all that, and like what sometimes I'll get into like a relationship and like I'd also had like someone else, and I'll talk to that person while being in a relationship,
Mm.
and like I'm like, cause with some people they give you what you want, but another person gives you what you also want, and like that's probably like why so many people like cheat. Like as much as it is a bad thing, there's some qualities and all that that one person has, but another person also doesn't have. But they also give you something that the other person doesn't have.
I mean, it's not just that, but it's also just the fact that screwed up a lot of like males and females. Just in their head, they just for some reason they have that how just kink, I suppose. They just have that feeling that they like it.
Mm.
They like going finding another guy or another chick and doing them
Well,
or
that's
being
what
with them.
like yeah, like I admit I've cheated multiple times on people,
Mm.
mainly because it felt like the relationship I was having with that person was just fading away. And like it didn't also help with the fact that my mental health was that severely bad. It felt like it was affecting the relationship with that person.
Mm.
So then I'd start talking to someone else because like everything in my head was so bad. I had so many things. Like I was jealous of people. I was angry with people. Like I had so many different emotions.
Mm.
And with the voices in my head, it just made it 10 times worse. Because trying to explain it and tell someone is like really hard, mainly because there's some people that won't get it and some people that will get it. And then people like say, oh, we'll go to therapy, or like, well, maybe you should do this. But the thing is, with most people, therapy doesn't help at
Mm.
all. And the reason people say, oh, go therapy because of solutions. solutions don't always work.
No.
But yes, people are qualified and all that stuff. But the thing is, most of these qualified people haven't gone through enough experience, or maybe haven't experienced some things that their patients have gone through,
Yeah,
and they
but
think, oh, let's give this person a solution, see if it helps. It won't help.
yeah, but the thing is, though, you think about this, it's like almost like yourself. You know, you wanted to do a lot of people that gone through stuff like that. They want to help people, but at the same time, they can't. They don't want to because they don't want to go through that stuff again. They don't want to feel and talk about it themselves. Which
Because
is why
it's
there's
like
people
trying
that
to explain something to someone multiple times, and it's not the fact that they don't want to talk to that like a therapy about it. It's more about like knowing. With me, it's more like having to know that person for so long. Like my best friend, I've known for 7 years, and like he's one of the few people that I've really trust about everything
mm,
and all that. And then like as obviously you know, like last year, I finally let go of everything.
mm,
With some people, it's a lot different because like they don't realize that they can let go of it, but they just don't know how to, and they feel like they're obligated. It's like they're obligated to keep holding on to the past because that makes them feel safe.
mm,
But the only problem is it keeps dragging them down to the point that like they're on the verge of taking their own life. Like I've come to that point multiple times in my life where
mm,
I was at the point where I was ready to take my own life. But like um the one night that I was ready to take my own life was mainly because of the situation I was in. I'd broken up with my ex and I was talking to another guy, and my ex was getting the shits because of all of it. But that's besides the point. We weren't going to that. And then I just went to a park by myself in my car, and my mother messaged me, and I was just like, I can't do it anymore,
mm,
and all this stuff. And then she's like, where you at? I'll come to you. And I literally had like a bottle cap, a sharp one, in my hand, ready to like do it, self harm and all that.
mm,
And bloody, my mother got there, and I just put the thing away, and she gave me some medication to stop me feeling this way, and it helped.
mm,
But like when we got to the hospital, it worn off, and I just lied to the doctors because I just didn't want to be in the hospital anymore. And then I was put on medication. It did work for a week or two, and then it stopped.
mm,
And then it got worse again. And bloody what? I ended up getting on the medication for the last time, and I was like, it was 1 week, and I was like, this is not working for me.
mm.
Medication, because people like say, oh, medication helps you and all that. But the thing is, all it's doing is suppressing your feelings and pushing them down. They're not gonna leave. They're always gonna be there.
See, I think that's the big problem, like how I think as well. Like I said, I've gone through stuff a little bit, but it's nothing as major as stuff like that.
Mm.
Like,
I mean, what? Yeah, that medication did work, and I was happy as hell.
mm,
But over time, it just wore off, and I just didn't feel it. I wasn't happy anymore. And I was like, no, I'm not taking the medication anymore because I don't want to add my life to having to take pills just to push feelings away that they're gonna be there forever.
see, I think, like I said, that's the thing. What you've gone through is definitely a lot more challenging, a lot more just harder in general, because with family and
Well, that's the
friends,
thing.
exes, and everything like that, what you've gone
I mean,
through.
people in the past know about what I've done, what I've been through, and like what now these days, I just don't really tell people. I only tell a few people. I'm like, oh yeah, this happened. They're like, oh sorry, if you need to talk, I'm here. I'm like, there's no point in talking because it's the same constant question that people ask, and
Same.
it's more the fact of how it's been asked. If you
Mm,
say, are you okay? Or, oh, your father's an asshole and all this shit.
It's nothing new to you.
Exactly. It's like when you get asked the same constant question, or like you say, or people say, "Oh, your father's an idiot," or like this person is an idiot. Like, yeah, I already know. I don't need that. I need like someone to hear me.
Mm.
Cause it's like with that TikTok that I showed you that I created, I was like, "Why can't you hear me if you can see me?" And that wasn't based off anything that
No, I
happened. Just
know,
like,
but like I said, I think that's the problem is that people, a lot of people have never been through stuff like that. They don't have it like myself. Like, I can see you have gone through a lot.
and it
And
doesn't help the fact that like people who've gone through a lot or are going through like things at the moment, their feelings get shut down straight away because of the household or the family situation that they have had or are still having
mm,
constantly. Like, what in my household back when I was still in high school, bloody my father would shut down anyone's feelings
mm,
because to him it didn't seem validating, or like we just seemed like we were being drama queens. But he's now seeing that and realize what he's done, and like, yes, people can change, people can't change. Like obviously you see, my father has changed.
mm.
Like, yeah, you're somewhat skeptical and all that.
Oh, I was terrified. I
Oh,
was
clearly.
obviously, like I said, when you first told me about what he was gonna do, so I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna even
Well, the thing
close.
is, I knew that he, like, as much as he says the shit, I knew he wasn't going to do it because, like, yes, everyone else in my life that I've been friends with and told him about are afraid of him
Mm,
because of the things that he's have said. But if you've been around long enough, you realize that he isn't going to do this. Like obviously, with my best friend, he's been around that long and he knows my father's not going to do anything. He just, as more was out, it was more out the anger that was talking.
mm,
Because he would say things, but he would never do them.
mm.
Because, like, what the most he'd probably do is probably be rough around his own, like brothers. But that was years back. But now he's a completely changed person.
Mm.
Because he doesn't, like, drink and, like, get intoxicated whatsoever. He's very clean of everything.
Yeah.
But it was very hard growing up due to the fact that there was so many like issues going on in the family. Because what my oldest brother, he actually had a tumor
Mm.
and he was scared out of his life and all that. And mum and dad, well, I don't know what was going on, but like I just sat there and I was like to my brother, everything's gonna be alright and all that. We're all gonna still be here for you. And that was what back when I was in primary school.
Mm.
And what we kept going back and forwards in the hospitals, and yeah, it was just very crazy.
Like I said, bloody a lot of stuff you've gone through, your family's gone through. I have no idea. See, I just,
Because the thing, like
it's hard to say.
people like you, like you don't really realize how much a person has gone through until they explain it in full depth detail, and you're like, holy crap! I wish I could just have turned this person's life around so that they wouldn't have to feel a damn thing.
Yeah, it's like I've said as well.
Mm.
Like, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like I say, you've gone through that. I haven't really gone through major. Like, obviously, everyone goes through small stuff here and there.
Mm.
But people go through like that. Like I said, people have no idea how you feel. That's why people always ask. Everyone asks the general question, "Are you okay?" I'm here to talk. But people that's gone through major big stuff like that, they need more. They need something more than that.
They
It
need a
just
full on support system
well, the
who's going to actually stay there and not leave and just turn around and just use all that information on you. Because, like, I've had that happen to me in the past, and it's gotten to the point where I'm just like, okay, cool. you want to use my information against me, that's okay. I don't really care.
But the problem, well, yeah, but like I said, the problem is no one knows how much shit you've gone through, or they don't know how you feel about it because
Mm.
like I said, everyone these days that's gone through, like I said, everyone goes through stuff, and so everyone just be like the general, just what's the common question to ask? What's something just to make sure they're good?
Because
It's
people like
okay.
me, we've learned from our mistakes with telling certain people because obviously they throw it back at your face, and like they use it against you, and you're like, okay, cool, I won't tell anyone else. But like, it's more the fact when you get really like you let people in, but not like it's like having like multiple barriers,
Mm,
and you let people in like well maybe one or two barriers, and if you truly trust them and that you let down more barriers over
mm,
time. But if it's someone who's truly showing like if people are like showing their true colors to you, like say like a narcissist
mm.
and like they're like gaslighting and all that, like you'll still keep your wall like those multiple walls up, but you still have like maybe one or two down.
Yeah, which is also why I'm like how I am as well, because I haven't really gone through that stuff, and like I said, I know how you gone. Like I said, after being with you for a while now, and you explained it, obviously I do understand more. But like I said, back before I understood you, before I even met you,
You're afraid of everything.
I was afraid of everything. I had dreams. I have goals that I wanted to get to. I like to live in a nice modern house, have a decent car, family, and decent job. Like every dream,
Mm.
like everyone's dream to live, do stuff like that. Like not asking to become a millionaire and to live in a mansion. I'm just looking to live in a nice, clean, modern house with a family, decent job that I can love and go work. Because like I said, everyone who has that good life or decent life and family and all that, but like I said, a lot of their jobs they can stay in it for 10 plus years. Jobs that I've gone through, I haven't even. That's the longest I've stayed was like a year and a half,
I mean, what the longest I've ever stayed is like 2.5 years.
which is well, like everyone, like my parents have said to me, you'll be going. Everyone goes through hundreds of jobs,
Mm.
but they go longer. I'm pretty sure they go longer than a year and a half though. Like I said, my bloody days where he is now, he's been there for 11 years.
Mm.
But he hasn't left and come back and stuff like that. He's been there for 11 years, I think nearly 12 years now.
Yeah.
It's like, well, the thing is, that's what he wants to do. I want to do something that I enjoy. I'm not going to work somewhere where I'm absolutely going to hate it, which is unfortunately where I kind of am now.
Oh, that's the thing. People like mask how they feel because if like you show how you feel, like people like say a lot of things
Mm,
because it's because like I've said to multiple people, I'd rather not because I don't want people to go through the same things as me. So I'd rather like tell them how I see things before it happens. Because even with my best friend, like I kept saying to him, like, because these friends that we were friends with, I stopped because they stopped being friends with me because they were too scared of me saying the truth to them.
mm.
Because I'd say the truth, so they stopped being friends with me just because of that.
Like this
So
is, and like I
like
said, this is the big difference for
people are
what you
afraid of the truth, especially when they're narcissists and um like major gaslighting manipulators.
like. Yeah, exactly. Because
Because
like I said, people, like I said, this, like, yeah, the world's not perfect. Everyone knows that. You got different things out there, different people out there. Just, yeah, like I said, the world's not perfect. It's never going to be perfect.
exactly,
Especially with these newer
like
generations. I definitely don't think this world's going to get any
if you're
better.
living in a fantasy, if you've been living in a fantasy world, and this is obviously not directed at you, it's like this is for everyone.
Mm.
You're gonna have to come to realize one way or like sooner or later, the world's not as perfect as you think it is. As much as you want to continue living in a fantasy world.
It's definitely not, but like I said, you can get close to it though. Like I said, that's why, you know, people stay. That's why, like myself, I stay out. I try to, even through high school, I try to stay out of drama. Stuff that comes up and happens like that, I just stay out of. People. bullying me, I never retaliated. I never went back because everyone knows if you retaliate or try to do something, something else is going to happen. That's why I just stayed out
I
of
mean,
it.
well, me personally, like obviously, like there are still things I struggle with that I'll never be able to like let go. Like
Mm,
there's a few things
mm,
like I've got separation issues. Like I can be away from you for a long period of time, but after a certain of long period of time, I start to feel alone and everything.
mm.
So I'm like that I can't let go because that'll be stuck on me forever. Even if I try to let go, I'm just like I
You can't
can't.
let go of it, but it can be adjusted. I'll
Mm.
say that much.
I mean, I have changed and like I have like let go of some things,
Mm,
but I'm not the way I used to be.
no, definitely not.
Because all I can say is it is okay to not be okay, guys, whatsoever.
Mm.
Do not
Well,
feel obligated to tell anyone. I only tell people that you truly trust because there are people out there that will turn your um beliefs and truths or what you feel around and use it against you, and that will make you feel like hell. But don't let that happen. If you're someone like me, and there's obviously a lot of people who've gone through a lot as well, you'll eventually come to be like, um, the one phrase that I use, it is what it is. If people hurt you and all that, and you're used to it, it is what it is because in the end, you've gotten hurt that many times and been
mm,
used and everything. You just get so used to it that you're just like, okay. And people around you are like, damn, how do you not feel so bad about this? How do you not feel shit and all this? Because of how many times of people hurting you, you're just like, okay.
mm.
And like people like, I'm trying to get you to get better and all this stuff, and I want to help you, and like, okay.
Miz,
Because
it's
the
happened
thing,
that many
because the
times. You're
thing
like,
is, yes, people can help people like me, but the thing is, it's only if we want the help.
mm,
Some people don't want the help because they feel like they're obligated to be the way that they are.
mm,
Because I felt like that until I finally got the help that I wanted, and I like yeah, I still suffer with anxiety, depression, and all that, but it's not as bad as it used to be.
it's not even that. It's like it's literally nearly not there. There's like times it pops up,
Mm.
very rare times.
I mean, what there are times where like I feel like I can't breathe and all that, but that's just because mainly because of my own personal experiences, or maybe because of the fact that there's just some stuff in my head that are like going on a loop. But that goes away eventually, and I feel fine after it.
Mm. I
Cause
literally doesn't.
it's not a forever thing.
It's literally not. It's like I said. It hardly shows up now,
Mm.
and if it does, it only shows up for a couple of seconds.
Well, it depends sometimes.
Depends.
It could last a couple seconds. Cause what I remember having anxiety attack once, and it literally lasted 3 hours.
Mm.
And my best friend ended up calling me, and then it just went away.
Mm.
Because it feels like you're in feels like you're trapped in a bubble, and like watching everything go around, and you're trying to get out but you can't, and it just sucks.
Well, we better wrap it up. But
Yeah.
quick final thing for people who are going through literally something like that, depression, anything like that.
Please message.
Is there any suggestions you think you could do,
No,
or
no,
just
you're
to anyone, to anything?
just know you're not alone. And if you ever need to talk to someone, I personally, you can talk to me. I'll probably put my Instagram in the bio or
And the
whatever.
link and something, yeah.
Yeah, and we can talk. Like I'm very good at giving advice. From my personal experience, I can give you any like advice that you need. But the only thing is, you need to allow yourself to get the help to be able to let go because you are the only person holding on to everything from the past. And letting go is a very difficult thing, but it is a process that you can do.
As simple as this, just talk. That's the most simplest thing you can say, is talk to people about it.
Like, even if it's just small things, just open up at your own pace. Don't feel forced to have to open up because people tell you have to. You don't have to. There are people out there. There is literally bloody mental health like lines that you can call. It's just on and up to you if you feel like you can do it or if you want to do it. Don't feel obliged to do it. It's only up to you as much as it feels like that's so much pressure. It is okay not to get help. It is okay to get help. It's just up to you. But yeah. Well, that's going to be the end of this podcast.
It's a very kind of interesting
very sentimental podcast.
It's a very sensitive
yes.
podcast, you know. I'll probably
I mean, like, I feel free to open up about it. Like, yeah, some people may put me down, but
it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yes. But anyway, well, I hope you guys have liked this podcast and everything that we've spoken about, especially with the mental health.
Yeah, like, yeah, it's not a joke. It's simple as that.
It's really not, because the amount of people have taken their lives over the year, that, like, even this year, I believe there's been that many deaths already. I don't know how many, but there's been a lot. It's very crazy and unfortunate and sad and very just overwhelming. But anyway, well, that's gonna be the end. Peace out, guys.
Okay, see you guys in the next episode.